Mr. President, I have seen hardworking students miss the chance to go to college each year because they couldn't afford it. Although there are scholarships in place for students with high GPAs and good test scores, there isn't much hope for others. Those who can't go to college have fewer opportunities to find work, and well-paying jobs seem to be out of their reach. In order to allow everyone an equal chance for success and financial stability in their future, I believe that in-state tuition should be free. Several states already have programs in place to help high school students get 4 years of tuition covered, and I feel that it should be nationwide. While Louisiana has the TOPS program in place to help with the cost of college, it's consistently at risk of being defunded because of its source being connected to the state's general fund. States can mimic something like New York's Excelsior Scholarship, covering tuition for middle-income households and funded by the state. Another way to subsidize these programs can be through donations. I ask you to consider prioritizing a solution that will enable more students to go to college. It will undoubtedly boost our economy now and for years to come.
Hello, Mr. President. Here are some thoughts and concerns I have for our nation. Number 1, I think we should let schools hand make their own lunches. Number 2, I also think we should put prayer and pledges back in school. Number 3, I think we should have a little bit more builders and contractors down here in the South rebuilding our cities and schools. Number 4, I am very concerned about our future for gasoline, because without gas, you can't power your car to go get supplies for your family. Also, without gasoline, you can't run a generator, especially during a hurricane down here in the South.
To the next president, there is a big problem in our country and in my community involving racism and discrimination to people of different skin colors. I myself hate racism and think it shouldn't even be a thing. But for this situation, I think racism should be targeted at the source. The adults of this community and across America have an influence on teen and youth lives. That can be through words spoken in front of us, facial expressions, actions in person, and through social media. I believe adults should watch what they say around the youth of our community. We take pride in being like our parents, and if these adults keep saying these terrible things and flashing controversial symbols, racism will keep spreading. I'm asking you to help get rid of racism for good through leading by example, inspiring our youth to realize how terrible racism is, and embracing diversity in your position.
My message to the next President of the United States is to treat people with kindness. Nobody should be treated differently by the way they look or what they identify as. America was founded on the idea that all people are created equal. The youth of today deserves a president who will look at everyone equally and work every single day to make all the lives living in the United States better.
If I were to have a conversation with the president, I would focus on what happened to the Louisiana community, such as the hurricanes and our education. And our education, due to the internet failures, causes our assignments to be late and causes problems for students with disabilities.
I want the next president to know that we want all of us to trust him. And if he gains our trust, then we will have his back.
I feel like they should be more talkative and open and honest about the coronavirus and current issues and stuff like that. They should talk to us more about the coronavirus and new updates on the vaccines, all sorts of stuff like that.
To the next President of the United States, please provide timely assistance and disaster relief services to areas ravaged by natural disasters, such as Louisiana or California. People waste time waiting for federal aid to arrive when they could have been making progress on rebuilding their communities. Next, I ask that you please uphold the quarantine until a vaccine is fully tested and approved. It's stressful to go to a public place and have to worry about the risk of catching COVID-19 because people aren't following guidelines and no vaccine has been made available. Another issue connected to the pandemic is schooling. While virtual learning has become a viable option, it needs to also include more career-based learning opportunities. And finally, please help to stop racial injustice in our communities. Appoint a leader to the justice system that has integrity and be willing to improve the quality and life of all Americans.
I'd like to see our education go up instead of down. I see our community is full of litter. I think we should keep the community clean. I see firefighters and police and etc. are risking their safety and not getting paid well. I think their wages should go up since they're risking their personal safety.
My message to the next President of the United States is that I hope you will respect basic human rights and have your actions as president reflect that. Love shouldn't be political. People shouldn't be experiencing discrimination based on the color of their skin. Women need the right to better health care. Climate change is real. There are many concerning topics and not very many solutions evident right now. The country needs to find its peace, and we need a president to rely on and fulfill promises. I hope you can do that.